Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Police investigating alleged threats at St. Elizabeth School where submachine gun was found last week. Horrific. CPFSA locates school of bullying incident circulating on social media. And later in sports, Cavalier host Real Hope of Haiti and Caribbean Cup this evening at National Stadium. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Here are the details. The police in St. Elizabeth are investigating reports of threats being made against persons from the school where a submachine gun was found in the possession of a 7-year-old boy. O'Shane Masters reports.
The weapon was taken from the child at a school in the parish last Thursday. The father of the boy has since been taken into custody. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coolidge Mento, says the investigation into the matter is advanced. He says lawmen are trying to identify the suspects making threats in relation to the matter.
We are investigating the source of the threats. I want to appeal to persons in the area to refrain from interfering with any form of witness or any person connected to this investigation. The investigation, as I indicate, is advanced. The weapon was seized and has been sent to a forensic lab for testing. Further updates will be provided later.
Superintendent Mento is appealing to parents to monitor their children and ensure they are not exposed to guns.
Any exposure of this nature to our children certainly cannot be good. And I join with the other state agencies such as the CPFSA and the Office of the Children's Advocate rather, as they make the appeal not to expose our children to any form of moral danger, and for parents to search and to police their own children, to search their bags, and to ensure that guns, knives, or any form of weapons or contraband are not being brought into the school compound. The school is a place of teaching and learning, and we certainly want for all our students, our teachers and principals and staff to be safe in that environment.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
Head of the Child Protection and Family Services Agency CPFSA, Lauret Adams Thomas, has labeled as horrific the recent video of a child being physically abused by 2 other boys on a school compound. In the 47-second video seen by our news center, the boy received several blows to his upper body. He later fell and was kicked several times by the bully. Mrs. Adams Thomas says what was more disturbing is that the children involved were unfazed by that type of violence.
In cases of bullying, no one is left unscathed. The victim may experience immediate and devastating effects such as anxiety, severe depression, low self-esteem, which can also lead to attempted suicide, challenges in forming personal relationships, poor academic performance, just to name a few. We are calling on students to be brave and to speak out regarding incidents of bullying or any other forms of abuse that you may see. Tell a trusted adult or call 211 and tell us anonymously what you have witnessed or what you have experienced.
In the meantime, Mrs. Adams Thomas says the CPFSA has identified the school in which the incident occurred and will be sending its first responders team to the school to provide counseling to the students involved in the incident. As part of efforts to push back against gangs in schools, the St. Catharines South Police has launched the Safe School program in their division. It comes as the police commissioner takes a more deliberate inclusion of school resource officers across the country. Nakinsky Robinson reports.
Students from 10 schools across the St. Catharines South were tasked with becoming safety ambassadors as part of the Safe School program. Speaking at a Safe School meeting in Portmore recently, head of the Area 5 Police Assistant Commissioner Christopher Phillips has hailed the move as positive.
Oftentimes we are talking and planning about school safety and security, and we're leaving out the students who should really be front and center of the solution to the problems within schools.
He says a student's involvement in the program is critical.
By empowering our students to take an active role in maintaining a safe and secure environment, we can foster a culture of responsibility, empathy, and kindness that will benefit our schools and communities for years to come.
ACP Phillips recommended that even more students should become ambassadors.
I think it is a remarkable initiative. In fact, I would recommend, though, that we don't just pin one student per school, but that perhaps every class should have a safe school ambassador in them.
In the meantime, he's appealing to school administrators to establish committees which he believes can ensure safe schools.
I urge schools to establish or incorporate their safety and security committees, and you look on building that out with school administrators, teachers, students, parents. You want the community to be involved along with the police and those committees.
Nakinski Robinson, TVJ News.
The St. James Police have been given a strong warning to find the jurors who have failed to report for duty. It comes as the Michaelmas term of the St. James Circuit Court got underway on Monday. It's understood that 29 persons were served for duty, but only 17 turned up to serve. High Court Judge Justice Bertram Morrison, who is presiding over the term, told the head of the St. James Police Superintendent Aaron Samuels that the outstanding 12 must be found and brought to court. 340 cases are listed to be heard over 9 weeks, including 48 cases of rape, 132 cases of lottery scamming, 102 murder cases, 15 cases of having sex with a person under the age of 16, and 5 cases of dangerous driving causing death. The police cleared a 7-mile roadblock in South Manchester this morning after frustrated residents protested the poor state of roads. Now, the National Works Agency NWA says roads along the stretch will be fixed under the Shared Prosperity through Accelerated Improvement to our Road Network Spark program, but the people have other complaints. That story from Krista Campbell.
Roadblocks from Lancaster to Pusey Hill Square in South Manchester on Monday. Residents venting their frustrations with the lack of developments over the years, and it seemed nothing was off limits to use to block the roads. From behind an old television, a man popularly known as Chin explains the dilemma.
Police service vehicle, the clinic out of service, school out of service, nothing going on. We want work, we want some recreational thing down here. To better like everybody. Community center, no sick we want. Not now we want to have good representative down here. Yeah.
We don't have no road in. Pure pothole that kid here. You gave me work at night. You drop my pothole. And nobody you talk to.
I have one man living there, drop in a pothole, swing from 2 and drop in a 1 and bus with that 23,000 to retire. You see what I'm saying? One man living from there, with the eye, and then park the vehicle and take taxi. Afraid of the road.
This car don't have no use. Every 3 months, every 2 months, 4 parts garage.
In the midst of the protest, the Prattville Primary School in need of fixing after damage from Hurricane Beryl.
The hurricane blew till over 2 months, and although no picnic class no start go there because them are there. Some are 7-day church and some are Catholic.
Using overturned garbage to help block sections of the roads, residents complain that they have not seen a garbage truck in some communities in some time. They say they have to resort to burning their garbage as a result. Up to late Monday evening, the roads were still blocked, but TVJ News understands police were keeping a close eye on the situation. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More local stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. An elderly woman is seeking help after her two-bedroom home was destroyed by fire this morning. 78-year-old Inez Harrison, who hails from the community of Lethal in St. Thomas, was outside when it started.
Well, me outside in the half-done house, I was killing 2 fish. And my little grandson in a great grand in the house. After I see him run out and this is one smoke. So I get up now and think I like rub it light in the back and I look me see in the house set up fire. I run in. They couldn't do nothing. I have to draw out and I start help. I was over at my home and I hear she was calling out for help. And by I run out, I see that it's fire. I see that it's fire. So by the time we reach, it almost gone to. We couldn't go to the smoke because it was so heated. So we have to just start to ball out to help. So everybody come and help, carrying water to throw.
A unit from the Morant Bay Fire Department responded. However, upon their arrival, the two-bedroom dwelling was already engulfed in flames. Ms. Harrison says she lost all her possessions, including cash. The police are investigating. It's now time for the Business Minute.
Prices rose by an average 2.4% for the month of August. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin says the largest contributor to this upward movement was a 4.1% increase in the cost of food and non-alcoholic beverages compared to July. The group faced its highest monthly increase since the revision of the Consumer Price Index (CPI) in April 2020. Statin says food prices in particular went up by 4.3%, linked to a 15% increase in prices for vegetables, tubers, plantains, cooking bananas, and pulses. This was due to higher prices for most agricultural produce as a result of supply shortages caused by Hurricane Beryl's impact on the agricultural sector. Further afield, global chip maker Intel is teaming up with Amazon in hopes for a boost to business. According to a press release, Intel and Amazon Web Services will co-invest in a custom chip design. The new partnership comes after the struggling chip maker announced it will receive up to $3 billion in grant funding from the U.S. government. For the Business Minute, I'm Shane Masters.
Thanks, Shane. Time now for the top regional and international stories.
Acknowledges the financial strain and announces cost-cutting measures. They include a hiring freeze, travel reductions, consideration of furloughs, charitable donation cuts, and more. And those are the top regional and international stories. I'm Shane Burke.
We head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.